Guys, I'm really excited to be doing our first shipping video here in our new space. I think this is kind of shows you just what we've been trying to do right throughout the whole factory here in this new factory build and the transformation of what used to be the Kestrel Toys factory from many, many years ago. And you know, we started the shipping video, I don't know, I think maybe 3-4 years ago. Probably 4, maybe even 5. It was something we just did off the cuff in our old storage area. It wasn't really planned. We just one week decided maybe it's a nice thing to look at the different guitars that are shipping around the world, and it became a really popular thing. We were doing it in one little corner of our storage area up in the loft. It looked okay in camera, but it wasn't a great space. So whenever we were building the new factory, we knew we had to build a space that was just for our shipping video, and this is it. So new racks for the guitars, new lighting, and one of my favorite things is the new logo. Big thanks to Yanis and Richard for designing and making this great logo. We took some really cool 24K carbon and CNC'd out the logo, and yeah, everything made in-house. So we don't just make carbon guitars, we make carbon logos. That looks really cool. I think we might use that in other areas around the building as well. So anyway, we're here to do a shipping video, so let's do it. And if you don't really know what the shipping video is all about, or you haven't seen one before, it's just a time every week where we focus on the guitars that have shipped around or are going to ship around the world. The guitars here in the racks are guitars that have been designed by our customers. Mostly at this stage being designed on our 3D builder. You guys have gone in there, decided on the different specifications that you wanted, the different looks, the different models, and then we've built them. And so we're taking something from a 3D version, a virtual version on our website, to the real finished guitar. So it's really nice to see that progression. So the shipping video is just a nice time to really focus on that. So the first guitar we have going out is actually a guitar that's already traveled quite a bit with me. So this guitar was with us on our trip to California there a couple of weeks ago. And when we were over there, we met Ted from Badcat Amps, and he fell in love with this guitar. We were recording some content on his booth, and we ended up bringing it back to Ireland because we didn't actually have a hard case with it. We were just carrying it in a soft case just for ease of travel. And so we brought it back here, polished it up a little bit for him, and it's going back out. So Ted, it was great to meet you at NAMM show. And we love your amps. Yeah, this one is finished in candy stripe padauk, that beautiful red. The back is a vibrant weave with the red, and what a wonderful Virtuo. So whenever I was going to NAMM, I wanted something that really stood out, and that was the one that stood out to me. Next guitar is going out to Fabian in Austria. So this is our X20 model. And our X20 was our flagship model. I guess it still is our flagship, but it's just been lost the best-selling role to the Virtuo. The Virtuo has now become our best seller over the last few months, but the X20 still holds very, very close behind. So this is our X20 in black carbon, and just really pops in that light. And that's the great thing about carbon. It's got this real nice depth to it, and really kind of shines. Now, what I'll say about this is got our high vibe pickup system, and you'll probably not have seen any high vibes in the shipping videos over the last 2 or 3 weeks, and that's because we've just been short of stock. Like everything else with all the electronic shortages over the world, they were a shortage in getting chips and to build the high vibe pickup systems. So thankfully we got a delivery just last week, and now we're starting to get our backlog of stock running through. So any of the people that are waiting on high vibes, we're going to be rolling them through really fast now, and thanks for your patience in waiting for that. But a fantastic pickup system. I met with the designer and inventor of the high vibe system when I was over at NAMM. This is our smart guitar system, and basically what it does is this processes the sound of your acoustic guitar and plays it through your acoustic guitar, if that makes sense. The way I like to think about it is you've got your under-saddle pickup, and then it's running into this. I like to think of this as kind of like an amplifier. So this is your preamp, and this processes the sound, and then it feeds it back into the guitar to two little drivers that are in underneath the soundboard. And what they're doing is they're making the actual guitar into a speaker. So you got your pickup, your amplifier, and your guitar is your speaker. And so it's putting the sound out from the soundboard and puts that energy into the top, makes it drive like a speaker, and then it modulates that and combines that with the natural sound that's coming out of the guitar. So it's really, really interesting, the sounds that it can create. And that allows it to be able to put chorus, delay, reverb, all these different effects through an unplugged acoustic guitar. So I guess it's not really unplugged, it's plugged into itself, if you know what I mean. But you can plug it in, and that's one of the really cool things. You plug this into an amp, you can use all those onboard effects and push them out through your amplifier as well and play them, you know, on a live stage performance. So really fantastic system. All can be handled through here and also connects then to an app on your phone. Charges with USB-C. So just really fantastic pickup system. It's just gives a lot of really good creative potential, and that's what we like about it. So that's going to Fabian. Then Stephen in Ohio, another high vibe pickup system. This one is going on an X20 with a Koa top. I love this piece of Koa. What I really like about it is just how it frames the guitar. If you look at it, almost looks like it's been designed for the guitar. And really, I guess it is. You know, we find the veneers that have these nice shapes in them, and you'll see how it just contours. All the lines just contour and flare in and out with the shape of the guitar. It all meets beautifully in the middle here with a lovely book match, and there's a really nice flame that's running right the way through this. So beautiful piece of Koa, contrasting with the black carbon back and sides. So that's a really nice contrast between the black and the beautiful golden Koa. The veneer inlay, or the inlays on the fretboard, is the silver rings. Nice subtle inlay. And again then we have the high vibe pickup system on the side. There we go. Now, next one up, we're going from steel string to nylon string. So we've got a X20 nylon going to Richard in New Hampshire. And this is Spalted Chen. A really, really big favorite among you guys. And I know in the 3D Builder, it's a veneer that gives you a lot of fun whenever you're on there and choosing the different patterns and moving them around. And whenever you find a veneer that has a really nice pattern, that really, really stands out. And beautiful patterning on this Spalted Chen. Beautiful colors, the contrast, the really, really nice light wood in the center that has this beautiful golden iridescence to it, and then the darker browns on the side. I think it works great with this inlay, the gold inlay with the vines with the leaves. Really, I think it catches the light beautifully and matches really well to the colors of the top. You've got our really nice slotted headstock up the top here. That's carved out of a solid lump of carbon fiber. And then we have the vibrant weave amber back and sides. It's a very elegant guitar. Now, next we have William in Utah, and another high vibe guitar, this time on our X30. The X30 is our big jumbo. We talked a lot about this on our trip. People were asking why we didn't bring one on our road trip across California. And the truth is, it was we were just limited in space. Now the jumbo is definitely not the most travel-friendly guitar. It's a big jumbo guitar, but if you want a guitar that gives you all the sound, the big tone that you want from a jumbo, then this is the guitar for you. Really fantastic sound. Very, very playable because it's got that nicely contoured back, and just offers a big tone, big sound, and a lot of comfort. High vibe pickup system, finished in green carbon. So quite a lot of X30s this week. It's been a popular week for the X30. This one's going to Farouk in Colorado, and that's a wonderful X30. Beautiful piece of candy stripe padauk. And I guess the X30, really having that bigger top can sometimes really make some of these veneers really stand out, because you've got more space to take that big pattern. The lovely red veins in the stripes, you know. So with this getting in 6 stripes, I think just really adds to the candy stripe. Smaller guitar, you might only be seeing, you might see lose the bits at the edge, but just love these veins, how they come out. I say it every week. The fact this is totally natural. Looks like somebody stained it. Looks like one of our guys have just been creative with the coloring, but it's totally natural. Red veins running through this wood, and it contrasts beautifully with the golden colors in it. Back and sides is red carbon. So this is the darker black carbon with the red over the top, which you can see as a comparison to this one. So depends on whether you want a more subtler back or the real vibrant color of this. And you can see, you know, those two choices with padauk. It's definitely no right or wrong choice. It's all down to preference. And that's what's actually nice. I like doing these comparisons in the shipping videos because just lets you see a real world version of the different colors together. Then we have Lawrence in Germany. Lawrence has gone for Pau ferro. And Pau ferro, we have some really nice Pau ferro at the moment. Pau ferro has the great contrasting colors, beautiful dark lines running through it that are actually almost entirely black veins. And I always like when you see the black. It's so black that it just disappears into the black fade that we have coming across the edges. And I think it just gives it a very nice look. This is finished with the vibrant amber back and sides as well. And again with a high vibe pickup system. And then another X30, and this one is a baritone. This is going to George in Oregon, and a wonderful piece of koa, beautiful top on this. And so we've taken our X20, standard scale on an X20 is 25.5 inches. This has been extended out to 27 inches. So we've modified the neck slightly, pushed the bridge back, and modified it for the baritone. Wonderful inlay there on the neck with the vines with leaves and the silver finish. And then the back and sides, and this is purple. And what a great contrast to the top. So purple and koa, very cool combination. But yeah, that's fantastic on an X30. I'll not play it because it'll not pick up the sound and do it justice, but if you have a look on our YouTube channel, you'll find some demo videos of our baritones. Next one is going to Brian in Hawaii, and Brian has gone for our Tamo ash. So Tamo ash is it's kind of like the quilted maple, but it has a little bit even deeper 3D look. It's quite special, and has sort of like this kind of like a little peanut character. It's got these sort of smaller quilts that are quite even, and really looks quite stunning whenever you dye it, stain it. So here we've given it the vintage amber on the top. I think it looks wonderful, that deep amber stain, and then it's got the vibrant amber back and sides. That's a very cool 12-string guitar. Again, the inlay with the vines, silver, contrasts beautifully with the black fretboard, and the beautiful headstock on there. So an X30 12-string, that's got a big sound. We've been doing a lot of 12 strings recently, and the X30 12-string has become more and more popular. And I think people are just realizing that, you know, you've got all the fullness of that big bass sound, and then you've also got the sweet trebles and the extra sparkle that you get from the octave strings. So it's just a great combination, gives a really full, rich sound. But that's the nice thing about our suite of 12 strings. You know, we have the X30 12 string, X20 12 string, and the X7 12 string, and they all kind of fit into unique specifications, you know, unique situations. And somebody was asking me recently which one's the best. I guess the best all-rounder is an X20. I think it's a great all-round 12-string sound. Good balance between that, you know, bottom end and trebles and punchy. X7 with that smaller compact body and shorter scale. It's just a very playable, looser, sweeter, kind of 12-string sound. So it just, yeah, it has to be, it's just a personal thing. Maybe you need all three. So our sales guys will be happy to talk you through the differences if you're interested in a 12-string guitar, and really everybody should have one in their collection. Now, this is, I was talking to somebody actually on the trip, and I was saying about how good a value for money our Chimera is, because you get a 12-string and you get a 6 all in one. So it's definitely cheaper than buying 2 emeralds, and you get maybe double the fun, or maybe 2.5 times the fun. So the Chimera it really is a fun instrument. It's a really cool thing to look at. It's a piece of sculpture, but very functional. You've got the 6-string neck, 12-string neck. This one has been set up with actually custom requests for K&K pickups on here, and we've got controls for each neck here and a little 3-way switch. Now that's not our standard system on this. We normally have the controls on the top, which I think works a little bit more ergonomically on the Chimera, but this is a nice discreet setup on this one. The top on this is a beautiful piece of Co.Donegal, and I think it really functions beautifully to kind of frame those 2 necks. Comes right up in there in the middle, and sits wonderful on the 2 necks. We've got the 2 headstocks with the gold hardware, and again with the lighter wood running right up the center of the necks. And then we've got a vibrant amber back and sides. That's a really, really cool looking guitar. So yeah, fantastic with the 12 and the 6. And that's one of the things that carbon is fantastic for, building instruments like that. And if you look across our range of guitars, you're going to see we have a different range of guitars than most other suppliers, most other builders. We do a lot more 12 strings. We do the double necks, we do the Synergy harp guitars. And really it's because carbon handles those high tension instruments, those extended range instruments really well. And yeah, it's a lot of fun for us to build them as well. So I like to do that sort of thing. Okay, so this one is going out to Ali in California. This is one of our X7s. So we're down into our smaller X7 body guitars. And this is an X7, also with a high vibe pickup system, finished in blue carbon. So that wonderful deep blue, and the dark blue on these it's a very dark color, and but whenever the light hits it and penetrates it, you can see that blue really pops. But under certain lights, looks almost black. But yeah, the blue has a lot of beauty and depth to it. Next one is going to Steve in South Carolina, and it's a really nice little X7. So this X7 with our fully adjustable bridges here, it's got the 6 individual piezos. It's got the K&K pickups inside, 2 volume controls here that you can blend between them both, and a stereo or mono pickups output jack, so you can have a stereo output if you want and split the signals. Really fantastic piece of quilted maple, that really big quilting pattern. And vintage amber top and red carbon back and sides, and red with the burst on the top. Actually, I've seen that in a few recently, and I think it's a very nice combination. Okay, so now we have Ralph in Florida, another X7. This one is Redwood burl, and the Redwood burl has just so much detail, fantastic colors and detail going on in there. All these little burls, really nice with the book match, just brings it into this sort of kaleidoscope sort of finish. Again with a high vibe, and black carbon back and sides. And we've got the dots then on the fretboard. Now, last of our X7s is going out to Scott in Washington. And another really cool purple guitar. You'll see the purples have really been taken off in the last few weeks. Beautiful purple quilted maple. Really nice to see these coming through. And I think this was a great choice, actually, the white inlay on the fretboard. And I think the white contrasts really nice with the purple. Just really stands out there. It gives it a very sharp look. And purple vibrant weave back and sides. Check that out. So we'll move it around a little bit, see how that catches the light. Yeah, wonderful combinations of colours on that. And then Paul in Leicestershire, this is an X20, or sorry, an X10 Slimline, 25-inch scale, so it's custom scale length on this, and finished in our black carbon. So it's got that really nice slim body, and you know, this is the thing that you know, we really have to stress, is that this is the same body as we use in our Virtuo, but when we build it just as an acoustic guitar, it's not compromised in any way with having any of the pickups on the top or the controls on the top, because they do, you know, compromise a little bit in the acoustic performance, and that's fine in the Virtuo because that's designed more as a plugged-in guitar. But this gives a really good punchy acoustic sound, and a lot of fullness even for such a slim body. But this one has the LR Baggs pickup system, and is a great amplified guitar. So as a stage guitar that you want a lot of comfort, or a guitar that you just prefer a slimmer body for playing at home, that X10 Slimline is a great choice. So a nice one to finish off today, and I'm sure Paul will have a lot of fun with that one. Now, that's it for this week, except for a few guitars that we're going to have a look at on our screen here. But yeah, really nice to look at the custom builds and just see the variation every week. Week after week, it's a different set of guitars and different looks. And I know from being on our trip to California, just a lot of feedback about just how much you were enjoying doing these, or us doing these. So let's take a look at our guitars now that have already shipped out. So these are guitars that have shipped out from stock. They're being purchased through our website. So if you haven't already been on, we have a really nice stock section on our website where you can buy a pre-configured guitar. So if you can't decide on what guitar to buy, you might find the right one already in our stock, or if you just don't want to wait. Currently our lead times are around about 2 months, which is not a lot of time, but some people want a guitar right away. So we have a lot of guitars in stock. And that's what these are. They've already shipped out, so that's why we can't hold them in person, but we can show you the pictures. So the first one is going out to Clayton in Washington, and a Virtuo with Royal Ebony and an amber back and sides, and beautiful patterns in that piece of Royal Ebony right there. Then we've got Ted in Alaska. Actually, interesting how many guitars go to Alaska. I was talking to somebody recently. Somebody was asking how many guitars we sell in Ireland. And I was saying we probably sold more guitars to Hawaii than we have to Ireland, but probably also the same for Alaska. We've got a lot of guitars go up into Alaska, and probably because of that harsh climate, just a carbon guitar works so well up there. So Ted up there in Alaska, and an X7 with Harborica with the red finish. Then we've got Donald in New Hampshire, and a Virtuo with this beautiful Koa and that amber finish. And then we've Cheryl in Washington, X7 in red carbon, and the nice dot inlays on the fretboard there. And then Ben in California, I think this is our last one today, and that is Tamo ash with the amber, actually quite similar to what we had there, and a beautiful Virtuo with the gold hardware. So that's the last for today. So that's it. That's all the guitars we have today, and really nice to be doing it in this new area. So give us your feedback. I hope you like what we've done here, and we're gonna maybe try and develop the shipping video just a little bit. I know in the past we tried some different formats and you guys didn't like it. We came back to just doing them on the rack like this, but we might add in maybe a performance every week, have somebody join us and play one of our guitars as we do the shipping video. So we might try that. We might try some other just bits of format, and see what we can do just to make this a little bit more interesting for you. So put it in the comments. Maybe you don't want to see it change at all. Maybe you do and have some ideas. Let us know, and we'll take that on board. So thanks for watching. I hope you're as excited as I am about being in the new room. We'll see you next week. Oh, and I almost forgot, big thank you to John Veld, who sent this beautiful United States Space Force t-shirt. That's very cool. And everybody else in the office tried to steal it before I got it, but it's mine now. Thanks, John.